It was nearly midnight at Harrison and Company, a towering glass skyscraper in downtown Chicago. The offices were empty, all but one small corner where an old janitor, Frank Miller, pushed his squeaky cart down the hall. Frank was the kind of man no one really noticed. He worked quietly, humming old country tunes while cleaning up the traces of other people's busy lives, coffee stains, crumpled notes, and the smell of late-night ambition. At 62, Frank had seen everything: interns crying in the restroom, executives shouting on calls, even the CEO himself pacing the halls after hours. But tonight felt different. He was refilling the coffee station on the 27th floor, the executive level, when something caught his eye. A small folded note, wedged behind the coffee machine, yellowed at the edges. Frank almost tossed it in the trash but paused. The handwriting on the front was delicate, elegant cursive that read, "To whoever finds this." Curious, he unfolded it carefully. Inside, in neat but slightly shaky handwriting, it said, "If you're reading this, you're working late, maybe tired, maybe wondering if any of this matters. I know how that feels. I built this company from nothing, but there are days even I question it all. If no one's told you lately, thank you. You matter. This place doesn't run without you. MH." Frank blinked. MH? He looked around the break room. On the wall was a framed portrait of the company's founder and CEO, Margaret Harrison, one of the wealthiest businesswomen in America. He chuckled softly. "Nah, couldn't be," he muttered. "People like her don't write notes like this." Still, something about it stayed with him. He folded the letter carefully and tucked it into his pocket. The next morning, Frank went about his rounds as usual. When the young receptionist, Anna, greeted him with her usual cheerful "Morning, Frank," he surprised her with a small cup of coffee and a smile. "Rough shift, huh? Hang in there, kiddo. You matter," he said, echoing the words from the note. She blinked in surprise, touched. "Thanks, Frank. I really needed that today." From that moment, Frank started doing something new. Every few nights, he'd leave small sticky notes around the building, on desks, monitors, vending machines, with words like, "You're doing great," or, "Someone's proud of you." He didn't sign them. Didn't expect anything in return. Within weeks, whispers spread across the office, "Who's leaving these little messages?" People were smiling more, helping one another, staying late without complaint. No one knew it was the janitor. One rainy Thursday, as Frank was buffing the marble floor in the lobby, a voice called out behind him. "Excuse me, you're Frank, right?" He turned and froze. Standing before him was Margaret Harrison herself, elegant, composed, holding a cup of coffee. "Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry if I'm in your way." She smiled softly. "You're not. Actually, I wanted to thank you." "Me?" he said, puzzled. Margaret nodded. "Those notes you've been leaving. People think I don't notice, but morale has changed. It's warmer here. Kinder. You started something beautiful." Frank blinked, speechless. "How'd you know it was me?" She chuckled. "You wrote one on the maintenance room door, 'Even quiet work keeps the world shining.' That sounded like you." He rubbed the back of his neck shyly. "I found a note once. Behind the coffee machine. It made me feel seen. So, I figured I'd pass it on."